Hello music producers and welcome to the tutorial how to make music with Sunvox. My name is Buri from underground techno label Wädinger Schule. And first things first, please excuse me for my English. I'm not native English speaker, so I will make some mistakes along the way. Or will take longer time to find the right words. I hope you still can enjoy it and be able to learn something. Wädinger Schule is a small label. You can find us at this webpage, wädinger-schule.de. You will find some tracks here from me and my friends. And they are also a good example what are you able to do with Sunvox, because they are all made with this software. The other thing you can contribute from, here's the section tools, where we provide you with some custom-made modules for Sunvox. How to use modules, what they are, how to make them, we will cover it in the future. I'm producing music since about 6 years, alone, but preferably with other people, which requires to go fast about things. So if you have a studio session, you can go very slow with some technical issues. You just need to focus on your creativity. And this is what I would like to cover in this tutorial. So let's see it as a part 0. We will talk about a little bit about what Sunvox is, why I'm using Sunvox, and why it might be for you also a good idea to do so, where to get Sunvox, how to install it, and what happens next in terms of this tutorial. I'm making it basically for music producers, people who probably already had some experience with other DAWs and want to change to Sunvox because they are probably not happy, or also for people who want to start with music producing. It could be also helpful, although I won't cover the absolute basics of making music. So there's a lot of material there. I will show you where to find some material. So I hope it's still helpful for absolute beginners, because you will find other resources here. But like this is not my primarily target group. So I also won't be talking about Sunvox from all the beginning. So it's not about how to use the software. What I would like to do is to explain a little bit how to build your workflows to produce music in Sunvox efficient, fast, and so you can focus on your creativity and not to spend too much time with the software itself. It's obviously that, like, in Sunvox there are a lot of different ways to get it done. So of course I will just tell about my workflows, but and it's completely okay not to do stuff the same way. Like everybody has their own way to do to make music, but maybe some concepts are helpful. To Yeah, to explain what Sunvox is, it's a little bit difficult. So if you know other like I would like to see it as a modular DAW. If you know other digital audio workstations like Ableton, FL Studio, and so on, um, it has almost everything in it. Like Sunvox has same stuff what you can do in other DAWs. You're not able to use VSTs also, which in my opinion is not a bad thing because it makes the software very stable, and it's also reduce your options, which can help creativity a lot. So you're not go too deep in those rabbit holes where you just install one synth after another and never get anything done. On the other side, um, it's modular, like one of those Eurorack modules or like Eurorack's installations with a lot of modules where every module can influence other modules and where you can control your signal flow, which makes it possible to completely replace the VSTs. Like you basically, if you decide to go the Sunvox way, you will like I never miss something. And this picture can be intimidating at first, but it's also fascinating. Like I'm very fascinated um, by patching my own instruments, my own effects together, and in the end, if you learn and understand the concepts, it's not so difficult anymore at some point. Sunvox is made by Alexander Zolotov, single developer. He is also a music producer. Check out his music. He's a very talented guy. And this is the official page where you get Sunvox. Um, yeah, it's not a scam. This is the official Sunvox page. It looks like that. If you click on Sunvox, you see that, and you see that you have different versions. It's for free, but please make a donation to support Sunvox. It's very amazing software, and if you're using it, it's a good idea to support Alexander with some money because he obviously spends ton of time to make the software so perfect and stable how it is. But before we downloading it, probably, um, or I would like to speak about the reasons why I'm using Sunvox and why it might be also a good idea for you to do so. One thing is performance. So the roots of Sunvox is a tracker-based software, is deep in demo scene where you had to work with floppy disks and you had very, very limited hardware resources and also disk space. So everything is amazingly optimized. It's so fast. If you used to or had some experience with other music software, you won't believe how fast it opens, how it opens the projects, how how fast everything else. It's one reason, and I believe like waiting 30 seconds for Ableton to start a project for me was kind of a killer. Why yeah, why I in the end changed my DAW. It's amazingly affordable way. Don't forget to make a donation, but it's affordable not just in the way that the software itself doesn't cost, but it it can run on every computer. So if you even have like really old crappy laptop, it probably will work, and you can still make decent music with it. So it's affordable in the way that you don't need special hardware or high-end hardware to make high-end music. And another thing I like about it, it's size of all the presets and projects. It, like a full-blown track with a lot of transitions, samples, dozens of modules of me. It's normally between 10 and 20 MB, which is so small, and it saves you disk space. I like that as well. It's portable. You don't need to install it at all, and it works with all your devices. So there is Sunvox for iOS and Android. Um, those apps are basically costing something, little bug, but it's also like an easy and good way to support Alexander. Um, but basically, you can start to work with your iPhone or your Android device, make some little scratches if you're on the way, and then send the file to your desktop PC, and without repairing any links or anything, you can just work further with it. Other music software, like how I used to it, you have stored somewhere your libraries with plugins and samples, and the project files are just referencing to it. So it's not how Sunvox work. If you save a project file, everything is inside it. Also, like every module, you can open it on the other PC, and you will have everything. Nothing will break. I like that a lot. So just to show it to you, I'm using a Linux machine here. So I'm downloaded for Linux and Windows CE. Like if you're using Windows or macOS, you obviously need to click one of those links. And it's in my download folder. And to install it, I don't need to install it. So here's some subfolders with a library of presets and examples and instruments and so on. And here's also subfolder Sunvox with all different processor versions. You just pick one you use. In my case, it's Linux 64-bit. Double click and you get in less than 1 second your default Sunvox template. So this is how it looks at first. And you're basically ready to go to make some music. So you you already can play. So I think that's it for today. So we covered some basic, and in the next video I would like to tell you how I'm building my default template, how to make your own template, why it's good to have a template, and so on. And it will be called preparation. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I also hope to see you next time.